Hey guys, cheers, guys. We're keeping our beers off the table because this table is a little shaky.
Wobbly.
Wobbly, a little wobbly. Whittle wobble. Hey, how's it going? Welcome to episode 5 of the podcast. We're halfway through our goal.
I know.
Our goal is literally just to make 10 episodes and then stop. Just kidding. We're gonna keep. we just gotta get past that hump of.
See, the thing is neither one of us ever researched that. We just listened to producer Hayden, and he was like, "Yeah, I read," and then we never researched it after that.
I mean, true, but I mean, I don't know. I think the man's trustworthy.
Yeah, he's great.
So who knows? We can look into it after this. We'll maybe
A little research.
Maybe I'll put a little text bubble thing that says not true. Fact checkers say this is false. This may be false.
Okay, meta.
But so meta. But yeah, I mean, according to our producer's research, aka probably just googling something.
Also, we're still looking for a producer.
Yeah, we're still looking for a producer. Someone that could just set stuff up for us while we drink beer and talk and just not pay attention
But you
to you at
get
all.
free beer too.
Yeah, we'll give you free beer. We won't be friends with you or talk to you. Maybe no. Just kidding. We'll be friends with you, but also we'll be like, hey, our table's ready. Can you set stuff up? Because that's literally what happened. We were waiting for this table. We were at the bar enjoying our lives, and then once the table was people left,
I had to go race for it.
yeah, and then I had to set up everything while
Jess set up the camera.
Yeah, she set up the camera, and then she just waited very patiently, but with a kind of a death stare going on, while it was more like a blank stare into nothingness, which is fair.
I'm in a food coma.
You're in a food. Oh yeah, I mean we did just eat so much food, and I don't honestly feel any healthier for eating vegan food. It was good. We went to Avo for dinner because this offline, which you told me about, and we both signed up with the intention of let's just go because remember when you were hey, every 2 weeks we're gonna go splurge somewhere, and then we were.
Why did I say splurge? I said just go to dinner because we got to a point where we were going out to dinner every other night.
Yeah, and this is great, but money and.
I was why don't we just save that and then go to a nicer place versus going to Daddy's Dogs.
Yeah, I mean, hey now, don't hate. We love Daddy's Dogs. But yeah, so we signed it because it was free for the first month and then $15 a month after.
And we just got $15 off at our dinner, so it basically paid for itself.
Yeah, it paid for itself. But then we both got busy and didn't really think about it until it charged both of our cards. Well, it charged your card. It tried charging mine multiple times. Probably 10 times now, but I had it set up with my Cash App card, which is not linked. Well, it's linked to my bank, but not to my debit card, so it just didn't pull the money. It's the account is canceled. But it keeps trying to charge me, which is kind of a problem. So if it keeps doing it into next month, I'm gonna call them if there even is a number.
Or you can just email them.
I just feel like it's a scam. It still feels like a scam, kind of
I mean, I like that. I like that we get a discount, but I also like the fact that them as a company, their policy is that then there's an automatic 20% gratuity, which we're both in the service industry. We are always going to tip 20%.
Yeah.
But I like that, in that sense, someone who's just trying to be scammy can't just be oh, give me my $15 off, and then doesn't tip you.
True.
And so
that is very nice.
as a server myself, I do appreciate that.
Yeah, I didn't even know that was a thing until you told me. That's pretty sick. Are you sure that wasn't just Avo's thing?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But yeah, I mean, the food was great, but it was so much food, and
Yeah, you got your own cheese.
Yeah, I got my own cheese. The almond cheese, it's
almond
vegan
ricotta.
cheese. Almond ricotta. It was really good. But honestly, that orange cheese, whatever that is, cashew something. Was it sunrise tomato or something?
I think it was cashew cheddar.
Yeah, well, whatever it was fucking delicious.
So good.
The dill one was good. It was very dilly. I just wish there was more. I mean, we could have paid for more bread, but also it's
we were so full after anyway.
We should have just gotten one less thing. We shouldn't have gotten the potatoes. The potatoes were good, but I felt like they
wasn't
were just
fully impressed.
Yeah, they were just every other potato. Potato, salt, and then a tiny bit of this avocado cream thing. But the avocado margarita was pretty good.
I liked my drink at first, but I think the lower it got, the more I drank, the more heavy it tasted heavily alcoholic at the end.
Yeah. So maybe it wasn't mixed well or something, but I don't know.
Yours was good, though.
It tasted. I did say it tasted kind of like the candle that we made. It smells. Sorry about those technical difficulties, folks.
We need a producer.
Yeah. I need a better computer. That's really what I need. But I don't have the money for that. It's either get a new computer or save for our California trip. So guess what I'm doing? Saving for a California trip.
See, yeah, but then I look at my bank account and then I just laugh at it.
Yeah. Well, sounds like maybe you should get like a more money. Get a better paying job. It's that easy. It's just so easy.
That's so easy.
So easy. Yeah. Well, I don't know. I mean, we'll figure it out. I'm not so worried about it.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not, but I'm not worried for you. I think it'll be good.
Okay.
Yeah.
All
I believe in you.
So what have you been up to this week?
Okay, so I've been working, obviously, a lot. Work's been in a good spot. We're talking about going back to the old way of how we ship stuff out. Which I don't know if you remember me telling you before about this new system and it has all these extra steps that are unnecessary.
Yeah.
So now we're actually testing timing people and all right, how long does it take you to do things this way versus the old way. So tomorrow we're testing the old way. Today we timed out what we're doing now and then going to test the new way. I think it's going to go so much faster and also make my job easier. Because the problem that we've run into with this new way, it's I'm going through all these orders and printing them out, and you can't see into these orders. You see the name and if it's back ordered or not. So if it's not back ordered, if it doesn't say it's back ordered, you should have it. But the problem is the system's not smart enough to change after it's already in the system. So say when the person places an order for leather and pine candle, at that time of that button press, we had it. So it's in the system as we're good.
So it's not keeping an accurate inventory.
Well, well, I'll get into that in a second, but it's more so it's telling us that it's ready to pick, meaning to grab it to ship it. But then when we go to do it, if we are actually sold out of it after that person ordered, so say there's a big order right before her, then the system so it will say it's good to go, then actually we don't have it. Or if the system is if the inventory is off by a little bit, then it's so we're running into that issue, and I have to go fix it, and then but also this whole system was for inventory to be more accurate, and it's really not. There's been probably 5 or 6 times in this past week where it's you have 30 candles here and there's nothing there. So we're I think we're gonna go back to the old system because I was able to know where everything was and have control of first in, first out, which is important with these products because after a year, candles start to oxidize more and get kind of yellowish, which kind of look gross, and then perfumes start to change character a little bit, the scent. So we want to be using first in, first out. So yes, I think my job will be easier therefore, which is nice. So looking forward to that. But yeah, so doing that, I recently, per your suggestion, deleted and re-downloaded Hinge, and I went on a date on Monday because of it. So thank you for that.
Yeah, you did.
So that was fun. Did. Maybe we'll talk about her more on the podcast later, but I don't want to put her on blast. We don't want to jinx it. But she's cool. Went to Golden Pony. Golden Pony's a vibe.
It's I've actually been. I've seen it on TikTok though.
You've seen it on TikTok?
I feel like there's a hair.
I mean, you have lots of hairs.
Thank you. But it feels like there's it's somewhere down here itching my skin.
Yeah, maybe it's just a cicada. Yeah, Golden Pony is cool. They have really good cocktails. They have really good chicken tenders, which you gave me shit for.
Yeah, because I was you went on a date and you got fucking chicken. Also, keep in mind that you called me, and I was at the bar with coworkers, and I just walked in, and I'm standing kind of to the side, and I was like, Charlie, you got chicken fingers on a first date? And they said, ooh.
I mean, first of all, here's the thing. First of all, we both wanted the chicken tenders and the fries. Chicken tendies and fries. Because, like, that's like, their menu isn't that big. Like,
What else was on there?
like, I don't know, like other finger foods or some shit. Like, there's like maybe 7 things on there.
I would want the other 6.
Huh?
I would probably want the other 6.
I mean, okay, but we wanted the chicken tenders and fries. Like, she specifically wanted them, and I did as well. Anyway, they're like, it's like a hot honey kind of like tossed in some kind of like spicy honey glaze, and then like the fries are like beer battered. They're like, it's like nice. It's like elevated chicken tendies. Like, think like Chili's, Chipotle, whatever chicken crispers, honey Chipotle chicken crispers. They're kind of like that. I wouldn't say better because I love Chili's honey Chipotle chicken crispers. But yeah, I mean, it's definitely like a funny thing for a first date food. But you know, it worked out. It was delicious.
Yeah, because you went on a second date.
Yeah. But yes, and she was adamant on getting espresso martinis and telling me how great they were. And I've like tried them, and I've like never had one I really loved. And so she said they were really good, and she gets hers with tequila, which I was like, okay, now you're speaking my language.
My place of work does that.
Nice. Yeah, I was like, okay, I'm speaking my language. So I tried it. It was really good. It was, and they use good coffee too. I think part of my problem with that drink, it's like most places that make it just use shit coffee.
Most places use like cold brew.
Yeah, well, even like obviously like you're not gonna have most places won't have an espresso machine. So like most places will use cold brew, which is understandable. It's just called espresso martini, you know. But I feel like because like Fable, when I worked there, it's a nice place, but they used Starbucks cold brew, and that was terrible. So I tried it there. I was like, meh. So I tried this one. They use Flora and Fauna coffee, which is like a shop across the street, like where Kisser is basically, R.I.P. But yeah, it was good. But I was like, I don't know if I'll order this again, but it was really good. But you know, I might order it every once in a while. But I'm also like, you know me and coffee, especially in the evening times, don't really go well together. Imagine me just like drunk having a panic attack.
Can you do a half cap?
A half cap? Half cap? Half cap?
Half calf.
Like, can I get a half cap? I mean, probably not. They don't have decaf coffee, probably. Unless they actually have an espresso machine. But, see, my thing is like, now that I've talked shit about espresso martinis, I think it's, in being the coffee snob I am, I think it's my mission now to make a banging espresso martini. Because I do make a pretty good margarita, I think. I don't know if you agreed.
I mean, I just don't love dairy in my alcoholic drinks. But I will say there's a standard proof. Like, there's usually a cream in it. But
I don't know.
I don't love it. But there's a whiskey company that's on 5th downtown called Standard Proof. They have a tasting room here and then one in Austin.
Nice.
They have an espresso martini with it's called the Red Eye whiskey, and it's like espresso flavored whiskey, and they make one that's not bad, but it's still like, I just hate the taste of coffee in general, so I'll never love a cocktail that has that taste.
Yeah. I am determined to change your mind on coffee. Not just make I truly believe that you haven't had the right coffee drink. I'm not gonna make you love coffee, but I'm gonna make you at least like be like, actually, this is like way better than I thought it was gonna be. That's my goal. Because I've turned so many people in my time. I'm like a Christian, but like with coffee. I'm like instead of making you believe in Jesus, I'm making you believe in our Lord and Savior, Coffee Bean.
You know my Lord and Savior is Dr. Pepper.
What?
You know my Lord and Savior is Dr. Pepper.
And that's why I'm going to make you a coffee soda with Dr. Pepper, and that's why you're going to love it.
Okay, maybe. But did you know that one of the Dr. Pepper employees who they ended up calling, I want to say they called him Dr. Pepper. I don't really remember what his name was, but he went to the University of Alabama.
Oh, nice. Maybe he was a Professor Pepper.
Maybe.
Professor Pepper. That is amazing.
But he started as like a little delivery driver.
Yeah, and now he's like a big deal.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if he's still alive, but.
Oh well. I mean, he could be a big deal up in heaven. Yeah. Just like.
I think everybody's a big deal in heaven.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you make it.
You think it's hard to get in? Is that why?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think it's that hard to get in.
Well, that's
If
why
it's
there's
real.
a stairway to heaven and a highway to hell.
Okay. You're trusting like stoner musicians from like the 70s and 80s to dictate.
No, I'm just saying, in general, in life, that's why there's a highway to hell, because a lot of people go to hell more than the small staircase that it is to heaven.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, TBD on hell being real or heaven being real, but I feel like if
I'll write you a letter from one when I die.
perfect.
Or we could decide on a word,
Yeah.
so that way, or like when one of us dies, we'll go see like a medium or whatever, and you like come through, and like one word means you ended up in heaven, one means you didn't end up anywhere,
Perfect.
and
That's
one
like our
ends
safe
up
word.
if you weren't in like hell.
Your word can be, if you made it to hell, your word will be tiki toucan. And then if you made it to
Yes.
heaven, it'll be Flamingo Road.
Yeah,
Because the roads will be paved in Flamingo Road. Up in
they
heaven.
would. The road would just be flamingos.
Yeah. And then there would be like fountains with flamingo. You just like just have your glass wherever you go. You're just like, oh, yes. That'd be great.
Just comes out of all like the fountains and the sprinklers and everything. I would love it.
It'd just be so, but you wouldn't get sticky.
No, but my floor did last night because I spilled Flamingo Road all over it.
You were so stoked to like get home and just
So I was
like,
like,
I'm just gonna have a
I'm
good
like, I
night.
had a hard day. I stopped by my little bodega by my apartment. They sell 4-packs of Flamingo Road.
God bless them for that,
$20.
honestly. Yeah, that's a little much. It's a little much.
Yeah. Well, just in general, the Nashville liquor tax is wild. But so I get there and like they're like, let me see your ID. Looks at it for 20 minutes. So then I get home, and so Bearded Iris did those like German cups. I don't really know what they're called.
Steins.
Steins, yeah.
It's
so
like a
I
ceramic stein.
Yeah.
Those
So
are
I
great.
had one, so
They're
it fit my tall boy of Flamingo
Yeah.
Road perfectly.
Yeah.
Poured it, and I went to go like watch the last episode that you were editing, and then I like put it up on my laptop, and I had like my knees like this,
Yeah.
and my laptop was like this, and then I had it on my bedside table, and then Oliver jumped on the bed, and like came to come say hi to me, and I said no, back up, blah blah. And then he like went into my laptop, and it just went all over, and then it just went all over the floor. And then
That's so
because
sad.
it wasn't like the can, it just like there was
When-
no
yeah.
like saving it. Like when
Yeah,
I
it
I
doesn't
jumped up,
slowly go, it's all gone.
well then it was just like everywhere.
Yeah.
So last night when I was cleaning, I
Yeah.
had to mop it 3 times.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
That says, yeah, because that shit's sticky. It's so
Yeah.
sweet. Yeah. Yeah, those steins are nice though.
Yeah.
They're fun.
It didn't break.
They make, that's nice. They made bigger ones too. The
They made bigger ones?
Yeah, they made, like the ones at Germantown were bigger.
Mm.
These ones like are 20 ounces, I feel like, or maybe 18. The other ones are like 30 or something.
Yeah.
They're big boys. I have like I've gotten so many glasses over the years from them, like just extra ones that like from events and stuff, or like the holiday sale. Like they had like a Black Friday sale, and they had shit out for like 2 weeks, and like I got like this like it was like almost like a wine type glass. It was for the triple hum style. It was really nice. When I'm feeling fancy, I like that. I just bring it in while I'm playing Fortnite and just like feel fancy, pinky out, you know, getting a dub with the homies.
Sometimes I drink my milk out of it.
Yeah. You and your just cups of milk.
Yeah, well,
Miss,
I
I
have
don't like
coffee
dairy in
mugs.
my. I don't like dairy in my drinks, but I
Well,
like dairy.
I don't like dairy and alcohol because I feel like it separates in my tummy
curdles.
and makes my tummy upset.
Yeah.
I am a tummy trouble trooper.
Tummy trouble trooper. Shout out to Cool Shirts for that sticker. They also sent me a guide on what
So
not
many
to.
bugs out today.
I know. I don't think that's a bug. That's a little fluff thing from a
It's
flower.
a bug.
Um,
Annoying me, so it's a bug.
Oh, I know some bugs in your life. A Bug's Life, great movie. Anyway,
I know a lot of bugs in my life,
yes.
but guess what? I love them all.
Yes, we just love them all.
I do.
Anyway,
Okay, Peter Griffin.
exactly. Lois. Holy shit, Lois. But what were we talking
Did
about?
you do that on your date?
No, but I did Scooby-Doo.
If you're out there, I feel so sorry for you.
You know, it's fine. I warned her ahead of time because like she like made some kind of like Scooby-Doo comment. I was like, I actually do a really good Scooby-Doo impression.
I would have been like,
And
that's great. I don't want to hear it.
She also does. She says she does a good Chewbacca impression, and like I haven't heard like the full fledged impression, but it started to come out a little bit, and it was more like she would just like roll her R's, but she wasn't actually saying anything with R's. She was just like that kind of like Spanish like rolling your R thing, which I can't do.
I can't roll my R's either.
But she would just do that. I'm like, oh, is Chewbacca coming out? Chewbacca coming out? But it never fully came out. But I did Scooby, because I'm me.
That
anyway,
you are.
Anyway, so yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, as much as I think that my acting career can take off from the Black Dynasty movie, which you need to see, by the way, we should watch it sometime.
Yeah.
It's
or
great.
Just send it to me.
Yeah. Okay.
So
Fine.
this week,
Fine,
what did I do?
Then. I don't know what. Okay, here. What did you do?
So on Sunday or Saturday we went out.
Yeah.
And I mansplained or womansplained
yes.
baseball to you.
Yeah, which you've told me. What is womansplaining?
Explaining.
Yep, this is regular explaining.
That was fun. We were at the bar for a good 3 hours, and I talked the entire lore about baseball.
Yeah, you went into it. You
really
went
did.
and you were so focused. I didn't realize how drunk you were. And so afterwards, we were you just kind of came down off of that high, that baseball high that you had. But you were so fucking into it. It was so funny. Yeah. I was I actually started to understand baseball more because of it. So thank you for that. It's great.
And then I worked every day.
Yeah, every single fucking day.
As I do.
You were pretty hungover as shit the next day, huh?
Well, I also we didn't really drink that much, so I think I didn't eat enough.
Yeah, fair. We were pacing ourselves. We only had and we only
were
started
out
with beer.
for 5 hours, and we only had 4 or 5 beers.
I mean, I probably had more, but yeah. Yeah, cause it was it was sour, so probably 4 or 5%. Yeah, we didn't really eat. We didn't eat here, did we? No, we ate those nachos.
Yeah, we ate the nachos over there.
Which are good, but they're not Bastion nachos. They're not Bastion nachos.
Yeah, we gotta go back to Bastion because
So
I actually was not mad about the vegan.
Yeah, the vegans were the vegan chorizo is actually phenomenal. But have you had the pork ones though?
No, because you ate that side.
Yeah, I don't know if you had it before. But we'll go back. We can trade places on it, or we just get our own. But or you can just go there by yourself, I guess.
What else did I do
that's what we're
this
doing.
week?
What's that?
What else did I do this week?
Worked. You worked. You pottered around the house today.
I did potter around the house.
That's That's called a callback to one of our earlier episodes. If you're paying attention.
I did potter around the house today. I texted you that just so you would giggle before you went to bed.
Yeah.
I
texted you 7 things that you didn't see or respond to, apparently. But
I told you I open them when I'm sleeping, and then I don't realize that you texted me, and I'll text you midday to be like, yo, what's up? And then I see all the other texts. I'm like, oh.
Yeah, you eventually get to them. That's fine. That's all that matters. You eventually get to them.
Or I'll hit you with the double tap, haha.
You're just and then you don't even think about it. You will forget it ever happened. So I'll be like, hey, remember when I said this thing to you? And I'll be like, remember when we listened to that fucking song in the car and you sent it to me?
Oh, yeah, on Saturday night. Well, I sent it to my mom that morning, the band Camino. Sorry, Mom. Because it's just about how a guy's I just want you to be so proud of me, and I'm sorry I fuck up all the time. Yeah. So I sent it to my mom, of course,
Sorry I didn't get you flowers this time for Mother's Day.
I did get her flowers. They just didn't send them.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Which we'll go to that in a second.
Oh, God.
So
annoying.
It's a song.
I did deal with that this week. I forgot about that. Well, thankfully, I forgot about that. But then I showed Charlie it later in the car, and I was like, oh, my God, did you know Band Camino has a song? And he was like, no, I've never heard it. Played it in the car.
Yeah.
And he drops me off at my apartment because he drove because I was drunky.
You were pretty drunky.
Yeah, and I was living my life. We put the top down. We were dancing. Yeah. Everyone was loving our life. Yeah, they wish they were us.
Yeah, we were just screaming the songs.
Absolutely.
See through.
Yeah.
All the besties.
What am I missing? Absolutely. My favorite Band Camino song. So then I get home, and I'm like, I have a lot of energy. I think I'm going to clean my apartment.
Yeah. Did you actually clean your apartment?
A little bit. Yeah, so then I put my AirPods in, was just dancing around. So then I sent you the, sorry, Mom, I said, have you heard this Band Camino song? And you were like, yes, bitch. I have.
What did you say specifically? It was It wasn't like, have you heard this? It was like something like, this is good, or like, this is actually good, or something like that. Find out what you actually did, because like, I mean, it's not that funny. It was just like, it was just such a weird, like, it was a strange text to receive. Damn, it was, yeah, we text a lot. Oh yes, the fit check. Yeah, it was probably a few days. Yeah, it was a few days before that, because that was Monday. Trying to fill in the dead space here. Oh, Buc-ee's, yep. So I went to Buc-ee's that next day. Oh, yep, Bob the Tomato, yep. Oh, I sent Bob the Tomato because Jess is afraid of tomatoes. Where the fuck is that? Oh, there it is.
I said, this is not bad. And you said, yeah, I know, we just listened to it. I said, did we? And you said, we started with it.
Yeah, we started. So, yeah, first of all, we started with this song. But like, literally just like getting that tag and be like, this is not bad.
And I said, we started with it, and I said, I thought we listened to the See-Through and Told You So songs, LOL. Makes sense, though, while we were putting the top down, maybe? And you said, wait, we started with See-Through, then went into this one. I said, oh, gotcha. And you said, because you said podcast in replacement of song.
Because of you cussing.
And then I said, IDK, I'm on my way home. I'm being asleep.
But you were home. Where were you on your way to?
I said, good thing I make sense. Woo. You said, wait, you're not on your way home. You're home now, you dingus. I said, true. I don't remember this at all. And then you said, you def don't make sense. And I put the Ric Flair, woo. Yeah.
You said Ric Flair.
You said, LOL. I said, roll tide.
Roll tide, always roll tide. RMFT, baby. Yeah, you were, you had some drinks.
But, like, I really didn't have drinks. You know what I mean? I only had, like, in 5 hours, I had, like, 4 or 5 beers.
Yeah, I don't know. You didn't have as many drinks as you would have sometimes. Yes, but, like, you definitely were drunk. You were feeling it. You were feeling great. we were both just, like, screaming lyrics to Bank of Me Now. We had the top down with, like passerbys being like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
They were so jealous. They were so jealous.
They were like, I envy what they're going through because I want to feel that.
Yeah, they're like, oh my God, I wish I had a white Mustang convertible.
We can talk about my Mother's Day mishap.
Yes. So tell us all about the flowers.
So
Flower Power Hour.
My lovely mother obviously deserves the best.
Yep.
So I was like, I'm going to get a local flower shop in my parents' hometown, like in my hometown, in my parents' town.
But yeah, shop local.
Yeah, I'm going to do like the shop
idea.
local. That way it's like easy to be delivered. I can make sure they deliver it on time. Like it's not like a 1-800-Flowers like shipping situation.
Yeah.
So the way this like website works, I picked a certain place because it looks pretty.
Yeah.
Not going to usually like use that descriptor as a place to buy flowers again. But so, like, you have to go through, it's, like, the style, like, the flower kind or whatever. And it's not like a regular florist where they have, like, pictures of, like, example bouquets. And you kind of, it's like, this is what it will look similar to. Gotcha. They didn't have that. And so I picked, like, let the florist decide whatever on all, like, the levels. And then you pick the level that you want to pay. And then you put your phone number and they call you to discuss, like, the flower arrangements, when you want it delivered, all these other things. So I called the next day. I put my card down.
And boy, did you put it down.
I did, and I got a receipt because they must have told me my total, but I guess maybe I blacked out. But then I got a receipt, and I was like, okay. So then I'm like, I told my mom the night before, the night we went out, Saturday, the night before Mother's Day, I was like, hey, you're surprised to come in today. They don't deliver on Sundays or Mondays, so, like, I said it to be delivered today, blah, blah. And, like, I got my dad involved, and I was like, hey, just let me know when they deliver. Like, I want to see what they look like, blah, blah, blah. And so then they, like, are going to bed. My dad's like, the flowers haven't been delivered. And I was like, what in the world? So I'm trying to call the flower shop. They're closed. I end up having, like, the lady's cell phone number from, like, a previous problem. And so I called that number, didn't get anything. And so I was just kind of like, okay, whatever. So then I have to wait until Tuesday because they're closed on Sunday, Mondays. So I called, and I was fuming on Sunday and Monday because I was like, this is so stupid.
Because you also called to check to make sure it was the right day.
Yeah.
And they said yes.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's definitely on them.
Yeah. And so then I call on Tuesday after work at like 3:30 on my walk home. And they answer. They're like, flowers by so-and-so. And I was like, hi, I have a problem. And I was like, I am in hospitality. And I told this to the lady. And I said, if it was anyone but my mother, you would have my full understanding.
Yeah.
But it's my mother.
Yeah.
You don't get to ruin her day.
Yeah.
If I have anything to do with it. So they ended up refunding my money, and they said they were going to send out the flowers the next morning. There was a mishap. They understood that it was on their fault.
Good.
Or, like, on their part.
Yeah.
So they were going to, like, refund my money, and she was like, is there anything else you can do? I said, yeah, you can deliver the flowers. Like, I was like, it's not even that. It's like my brother's package wasn't getting delivered until, like, later this week.
Yeah.
Because he bought her something, like, custom, like, pictures of, like, his wedding photos and stuff for her office. And so, like, that wasn't going to come in time. So I was like, mine was supposed to come the day before, so she actually, like, has something on Mother's Day. But then she didn't have anything. So it's like, she knows, like, my mom would never complain about those things.
Of
but
course.
I was like, I would want her to have at least something.
Yeah.
And so I was like, so you can still deliver flowers? And she was like, yes, ma'am. Like, we'll make sure they're the most extravagant flowers.
And
they looked awful.
Weren't. They looked so bad.
So awful.
Bad. They just looked like they like went to Kroger and got some flowers and shoved them in a vase.
Yeah.
I've never seen flowers look that awful. Yeah. But like, did your mom like them though? Okay, that's good.
Yeah, I mean, my mom's gonna like. I have
she
so many
probably
baby pictures of her and my grandma when I was little, of me just like handing them things and them just looking so excited.
Yeah.
So like, if anything, if I painted my mom a rock, she would love it for Mother's Day.
Yeah, I mean, maybe she
even as a 27-year-old girl, like, it's still wild to me that I'm 27.
I mean, you are autistic, so that would make sense.
I'm not autistic.
We're all a little autistic.
I'm not autistic. I hope.
Ladies and gentlemen, she is not autistic. Breaking news. She is not autistic. But I am. We're all on the spectrum. You know, it is what it is. Everyone has a little bit of autism in them.
Everyone that has ADHD is a little bit on the autism spectrum.
I don't think I have ADHD. I was never diagnosed, but I don't think I am. But maybe I am. I don't know. What do you think I have?
That's a whole different podcast, buddy.
All right. All right.
Definitely generalized anxiety disorder for sure.
Oh, yeah.
You got the GAD.
You got the what?
The GAD.
Oh, yeah. I was like, yes, for sure. I definitely use my anxiety to like
Have
project.
you watched Baby? That reminds me. Have you watched Baby Reindeer on Netflix?
What? What is that? Oh wait, no. What's the about?
I think his name is like Josh Gad.
Oh, is that what you thought
Jeff
of it?
Gad or whatever, and it's him. It's like the real story. He wrote it about this lady that stalked him.
You did. Or did you tell me about this already?
I think so, probably.
Probably. It sounds familiar. Maybe it was in the middle of you talking about baseball.
Maybe.
But so like a real life stalker. No, wait. I heard about it, I think on a podcast. It's a comedian, right? Yeah. So it's like the actual comedian is in it, and it's a real life story.
I don't know is that him?
I
think he wrote it.
I'm pretty sure he's actually in it too. I think I heard someone talk about it on a comedy podcast. Yeah,
is he just like in as a different?
He might have like a different name or something, but apparently, yeah, because I heard about this because the stalker, like the real life stalker, is like going crazy on Facebook and doing and saying like crazy shit.
Yeah, she did like a Pierre Morgan.
Pierce Morgan?
Yeah, that guy.
Pierre.
Oh, Richard Gad. Yeah, he does play himself.
There you go. Wait, let me see.
Richard Gad.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, it must. Yeah. I heard about it on one of the comedy podcasts I watch. I think it might be like the Andrew Santino one or something. But yeah, I haven't
the girl
seen
named
it.
Martha, the stalker. Her first name is Jessica. I love that.
Nice. Wait, is her real name Jessica or is her real name Martha?
Her real name is Jessica.
Oh damn.
She plays Martha.
Oh nice. Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Is it good? You watch it?
Yeah.
Nice. Is it like Is it kind of like a dark comedy or is it like a drama?
Yeah, it's a dark comedy.
All right, cool. Why is it called Baby Reindeer?
Because she calls him Baby Reindeer.
Oh, that's a terrible.
It's like her nickname for him.
Oh, it's like Pookie for like millennials and Gen Zers. Why is that such a? I mean, it's not that funny, but
It was pretty funny.
yeah.
It was pretty dry.
What, the quap? The quap was pretty dry.
No, my joke.
Oh yeah, dry.
Where you said, you know what time it was, and you meant the clap. And I said, no, it's 8:01.
Yeah, and then I just ignored you, just like I'm kind of ignoring that didn't happen just then.
Yeah.
Hey, you're funny sometimes. I mean, I'm funny sometimes too. You know, I'm not funny all the
We're
time.
both funny all the time. We're the funniest people in the room that we're ever in.
True. All right, chug your beer. Hi guys, welcome back. I had to take a beer break. Plus, we had to cut some stuff out, which we won't talk about again. You know, we try to keep things interesting. Maybe if we eventually get to a point where we're like doing things more professionally, we can have a Patreon where people can pay us money to get all the juicy details.
I still don't love that because then they could still send them to the people that we are talking shit about.
I mean, true. We could just. I mean, if we, because I know you're hesitant to like, you know, take any of this seriously, but you know, if we want.
I mean, I take it seriously to the extent that it is serious.
Yeah, but like, I mean, if we were to get to a point where we wanted to do a Patreon, we could.
Maybe
just,
we should have more than 3 fans.
I mean, but if those 3 fans paid us $5 a month, we would just have an extra $15 a month, and then we could use that for all kinds of things.
Okay. I don't know if our umbrella friend's gonna pay $5 a month, but
The Umbrella Academy friend. Well, we'll see. We'll get out there. We do need to promote more, which we can. That's a little inside baseball. We can talk about that stuff later. We won't bore all 3 of our fans with
my mom, your mom, and Art.
Yeah, which I don't think my mom has watched like a full episode yet.
Oh, my mom watches them like in little sessions. She's like,
Nice.
it's really long. And I was like, Mom, it's like an hour. And she goes, yeah, your point?
My mom watches like hours and hours of true crime podcasts.
But she can't watch ours.
Well, it's not the length that's the problem. It's me cussing. She's not into.
My mom like
Yeah.
hates it.
Yeah, but the true crime people that she listens to cuss, and also like.
But it's not her offspring.
Exactly, it's not her little baby son. So, love you, Mom. I want to see the fuck I want. But yeah, it is what it is. Yeah, we still need to do. Maybe we should make like episode 10 like a true crime episode where we just like dig deep on like Casey Anthony and whatever the fuck. Are there any other like ones you're kind of interested in learning more about or like already kind of into besides the 2 the case studies that you went through in college?
Have you listened to the podcast Up and Vanished?
Up and finished?
Up and Vanished.
Oh no, I haven't.
There's also one that's like near where my college town was, Tuscaloosa.
Yeah.
There's one. It's the same people that did Serial.
Nice.
But it's like the same producers, but it's about a guy who like wrote a manifesto and he has like the corn maze. It's this whole wild thing, and then he like commits
Children
suicide.
of the Corn?
He has a corn maze. And it's like known in the South, and then he like commits suicide by like drinking poison, and it's like this whole thing. But he has a manifesto, and he thinks like people are after him. It's a really interesting story.
Okay, that's interesting. I'm into
Really
it.
interesting. That one was really cool. I mean, in general, like, I think, like, the stereotypical, like, serial killers are, like, because, like, while, like, true crime is interesting, my brain loves serial killers because you continue to do it.
Oh, yeah.
And, like, I want to know why you continue to do it. It's, like, true crime can be, like, not to say that it's not just as gruesome or just as bad, but, like, you could do one horrible thing, and then it's, like, there's a whole documentary about one day of your life, but with, like, a serial killer, you're doing it every single day or, like, however many times. So it's, like, I love to know why they keep on doing it.
Yeah, like why they keep doing the pattern.
Like I love like the documentary on Netflix, like the confession tapes of like Ted Bundy and Jeffrey Dahmer are on there, and John Wayne Gacy. So good because I love to hear them talk about it.
Yeah, because they're like
so interesting to me.
They're so fucked up in the head, and it's like what? Like it is kind of fascinating. Like
that's
but also
why they're not like they're so smart and they're so narcissistic in a way they know exactly what to say to frame it.
Yeah.
And so like you have to be like as the person that's interviewing them, you have to be smart enough to like know how to navigate that.
Yeah.
And be like the strongest person in that.
Yeah.
Like you have to know how to dominate that conversation.
Think you would be a good interviewer for
100%.
Yeah. Because you're the smartest and strongest person that we've ever met. So, makes sense. Maybe that's your dream job. Maybe that could be your job.
Yeah, or we could also talk about how I've made the decision to, once again, delete my dating apps. Again.
What's the decision this time? Are you just tired of it again?
Well, no, it just, I think in general, like this time around, like I've really gotten to know like what I want and what I don't want, and a lot of what I don't want is on dating apps. And I've been a lot happier recently, like meeting people in person, whether those things don't work out or not. Meeting people in person, I feel like is so much more organic.
Yeah.
And like I'm more inclined to talk to somebody in person versus over text. Like you can gauge somebody, but you can't really like fully gauge like their personality and their
100% I agree.
kind of thing. And so I've like texted a few people, but I think it just forces me to rethink of the fact like, am I even ready to date again?
Yeah. Fair.
And I feel like people have done that to me in the past where like they've gotten me attached and they're like, I'm not ready to date. So it's like I don't necessarily like want to do that to other people.
Yeah, that's completely fair. It's like it's okay to take, like as much as you want to get back into that world, it's like sometimes you just need some time.
Yeah.
Time to work on yourself, to heal from anything in the past you've dealt with. There's nothing wrong with that. But I've not loved the dating apps. I haven't really had a ton of success with them. And it's a lot like you said. It's a lot of like you can match. Just like I've matched with so many people who are like, she's very attractive, like she seems interesting, and then just like for whatever reason that like there's no click on if there's no click on the conversation over text, there may be something more so in person, but like
if you're meeting someone in person, you're meeting their authentic self.
Exactly. So it's like
it's not a guessing game.
Yeah. So it's like I know I could probably be a better like message, like text or messenger or whatever. It's like what do you open with? Like, hey, how's it going? Like, is that too basic? Like, I'm always like overthinking all these things. But so yeah, that's why I've been off and on the apps for years. But I don't know. But hey, I met this person. Yes, it seems to be going well.
I hope she sticks around.
Huh?
I hope she sticks around.
I hope so too. I think she will. But if not, it is what it is. Just going with the flow. But yeah. So I mean, I've been on dates before with dating apps in the past.
I think I just have a lot of relationship trauma.
Yeah.
But I've learned in therapy to be vulnerable, and every successful thing that you do comes from going outside of your comfort zone.
Absolutely. You should still guard like part of you. So I hate I like the saying "guard your heart," even though I've heard that mostly in like churches.
I mean, I guard my heart, but I'm also very open with it as well because I think everyone deserves love, but not everyone deserves my love. So like I'm willing to give anyone and everyone my love, but once I make the realization that they don't get it, then that's when I guard my heart.
Yeah.
And I think because I'm such a lover girl, I am such a lover. I'm such a simp in a relationship.
Certified lover girl.
Yes, like it's so bad. It's not bad. Like I'm just a really big lover in the sense of I love everyone. I'm always gonna I protect my people.
Yeah.
I protect and love and take care of my people.
Yeah.
And it's not hard to become my people, but if I vibe with you, if I love you, the way I would protect you over so many other people is wild.
Yeah.
But it's so if this girl even comes close to hurting you. I'll find her.
You heard
But
her.
like just in those senses of like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, I heard you,
I feel like
you
I'm a-
threaten my coworkers
Oh, I know.
with the box.
Let it
cutters in
happen
there.
again.
I'm much more careful now. Just because
No,
I
that
don't
happened
want,
at work. Like one of the chefs is like going through something, like with a girl, and like she's kind of like breadcrumbing him or whatever. And me
Yeah.
and this other girl at the bar, we were like drinking one night after work, the night that you called me after your date.
Yeah.
And we were talking about the table, and I was like, "Do you want me?" And the girl sitting next to me, I was like, her name's Angel. I was like, "You want us to go beat her up?" And she was like, "Why are you giving her attention?" I said, "Because you can, we can, and we can do physical shit to her." I was like, "You just make the call. I don't mind."
Fuck it up.
But it's like I'm such a mama bear in the sense of like, but I'm also like such a sensitive little girl. Like
Yeah.
my little
You're
kid
both.
comes out when it comes to like rejection and those kind of things, you know.
No, yeah, 100%.
I'm very, very sensitive to rejection.
Yeah. I'm unfortunately very calloused to rejection,
Yeah.
which is sad, but
I don't know. Like I feel like there's probably like a lot of like childhood things that could go into that. Just like, you know, just never feeling like fully chosen by like my peers and stuff like that. You know, things
Yeah.
could go into that.
of course.
But it's like, I feel like I've never had like a successful relationship to where I've felt like fully like always chosen, always like had someone that's gonna always choose me.
Yeah.
So I feel like I have to become a person that's worth choosing
Yeah.
in a relationship and like show them how good of a person I am.
Yeah.
When in reality,
it's
that's
not
not-
healthy for anybody. Yeah.
Yeah, that's not really how it should be.
Because at some point you're gonna get tired of that, and then like, and if that person isn't willing to love you for who you are to begin with, they're not gonna like the fact that you're like you like stop being that person. You know, does that
Yeah.
make sense? So like it's always better to like to be open, honest, be vulnerable. Like it's only gonna be beneficial.
Yeah.
And if that person doesn't vibe with you or doesn't want to be vulnerable with you, then so be it. You know, and like I feel like for a relationship to work, you have to you both have to be vulnerable. Because otherwise, you're just gonna hide things and bottle things up and have pent up emotions, and then you know, all of a sudden you're 30 years down the road and you're both fucking hating each other, and you have
That's what I'm
3
so scared
kids.
of because I'm one of those people. I've never broken up with someone. I've always been broken up with because I am so hell bent on making things work.
Yeah,
Because I have to prove it to myself that I can do it.
yeah,
And it's like at the end of the day, it's like not about the relationship working out. It's proving to myself that I can make it work.
yeah.
And so like
I can fix him.
I've never been.
Daddy, I
putting-
love him.
Yeah, but Daddy, I love him. Taylor Swift. But it's like gotten to a point to where, like, I still deal with it day to day, like with my most recent situationship.
Yeah,
I want it to work so bad, but I also care about them so much. But I also try to convince myself that they don't care anything about me, so that
Yeah.
way I don't. But then I'm like, no, he cares so much about me, he just can't. And I get delusional.
Delulu.
Yeah. Delulu is the Salulu.
But you know, yeah. I mean, you don't really. I mean, it's like, I mean, for people like that, it's like they could also be hiding what they really feel. So we don't really know, but you know.
Well, I saw a quote today that said,
On TikTok?
No.
No.
Wow. It was actually on Instagram today.
They-
But it's by C.S. Lewis, and it was like,
nice.
I dealt with anger for so long until she reintroduced herself as grief.
Damn.
Yeah.
Damn. Dude, C.S. Lewis be
He be hitting.
hitting sometimes.
He be hitting hard.
Dude, C.S. Lewis is great. I mean, obviously the Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe and all those are great, but like his like serious books are pretty spot
Yeah.
on.
And I mean,
I
I
like
don't
him a
think
lot.
he's wrong in that sense. So I think a lot of times when people are sad, they're really just grieving something that they were once happy about,
Yeah, I mean for sure. It's like whether it's like
or grieving the idea of something, which is what I deal with. Because no, and so there's
I mean, that's
also
fair.
there's also the, like, I know how you feel about the Kardashians, but my guilty pleasure is watching Keeping Up with the Kardashians. And there, like, the newest season came out, or like the trailer came out for the new season, and Khloe Kardashian is basically talking to Kris Jenner and is like, every single man in my life has to show me how horrible they are for them to realize how great I am. When in reality, I knew how great they were from the beginning. And I was like, why does it hit home so much?
You're like, why is that me?
When I was like, why does it hit home so much? Because I feel like that is it. Because I'm so hell-bent on making it work.
Yeah.
Because I'm so afraid of failure.
Yeah, I get that. Yeah, I mean, I've always been afraid of rejection, and it's like, because I dealt with it for so.
Is that why you're so callous to it?
Yeah, because like it's happened so many times over my whole lifetimes, and I was just like, that's why I'm in a place now where I'm just like, you know what? I mean, I've you know, like we've talked about many times before. COVID really taught me a lot about myself, and so I've been able to just be open to letting things happen, like that Ben Camino song, just let it happen. You know, it's like being able to just. Like, whatever happens, like, it could be good, it could be bad. If it's bad, cool. If it doesn't work out how I think it will, like, cool.
It's
like,
so hard for me to do
moving on
that
to the next
because
it sucks.
I think in
But,
my
like, I got to that place eventually, you know?
in my last relationship, I got to a place where I was like, even I pretty much was just like, I've done everything in my power. Other than moving to him, which I was already planning on doing, but you can't just do that. I was in a lease. I had no money.
Yeah.
Whatever. I was like, I mean, if anything, me and my dog will just stay at your house. I'll quit my job. I'll find something there. We'll make it work.
Yeah.
But it was like, I was willing to do that, but I did everything in my arsenal that I could do, and it still did not make him happy.
Yeah.
And I felt like such a failure when in reality, the relationship shouldn't have worked.
Yeah. It was never meant to be from
and
the
I
beginning.
knew that, like, deep down.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
my intuition is so freaking good. It's never wrong.
Is it better than mine?
Yes, it's never wrong.
'Cause I was pretty good. I was pretty right the last time.
My intuition about, like, it's wild. Like, I can tell. Like, I can vibe if someone else, like someone that I'm seeing or someone that I was seeing that we, like, recently ended things, I can tell if they're seeing somebody. I can tell.
Yeah.
And I hate it.
Yeah.
I can detect, like, the slightest vibe change.
Yeah. It's more so like their actions, like their way
It's
they
everything.
talk.
It's everything.
Yeah.
Like, I can tell if someone's mad at me just over a text.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's wild.
Damn.
Like, my intuition is so
Have you ever thought that I was mad at you?
No.
Good. I would never be.
Exactly.
Yeah.
If you were, you'd be like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, I would be very clear if I was mad at you. I don't think that's possible though.
Yeah. We don't argue.
Huh?
We don't really argue.
No, we don't. I mean, there's never been anything to argue about. But I don't know. Yeah. Anyway,
Our waitress did call us love bugs today.
that was pretty funny. Like, hey, love bugs was like, hey, you should come with love bugs out here.
There's a couple love bugs using a little coupon.
we're fucking like senior citizens on like the earlier bird special. Hey there, love it. We're at Cracker Barrel, like
For real. For real.
eating that French toast breakfast now.
I think they have alcohol at Cracker Barrels now.
I think they do. You just call it Cracker Barrels, like plural.
Yeah, like all of them.
I mean, sure. I would just like the Kroger's.
They're coming for you. The helicopter.
Oh shit! It's too fuzz. I'm sure you can't even hear them on the mics, but whatever. There's helicopters above us. But yeah, I guess to wrap that up, it's always good to be vulnerable. It's okay if you want things to work out, but it's not always the healthiest thing to make that your only goal in a relationship. Because if that's your only goal in a relationship, then chances are it's not going to work out. Because a good relationship, you shouldn't have to try hard. That doesn't mean it's never going to happen. I mean, you should try for sure.
You shouldn't have to for it to continue.
Exactly. Like you should always try to be able to work on the relationship to like make things better always. But like I feel like a good relationship is like it's always mutual. There's like both parties.
I don't think it's always like 50-50, but
well, no, I mean, but the other person has to give something. Like
yeah, I was doing
can't just
80-20 all the time in my last relationship.
Exactly. That's only good for like some nice burgers. 80-20 is like really good for some nice juicy patties. But for relationships, it's, it's not the best. I mean, yeah, I guess, obviously, I mean, I'm no expert, but
I mean, I don't think either one of us are like
No.
qualified to.
no. But like, I think like I feel, no, it makes sense. I feel that it should be like both parties need to be willing to be able to make things work if things aren't working out.
Yeah.
But it shouldn't get to a point where it's like you're literally like, like it's just you trying for so long and getting nowhere. Because that's just like, and then like, because like I've had people in my life that have like been like I'm gonna keep trying because I believe that he's gonna whatever or she whatever, and they get married even just because like they think that's the thing to do. And it's like this will fix it, and that doesn't. That usually makes it worse.
Been there, done that.
So like. Yeah, it's just like there's a certain point where you have to really start having that inner monologue with yourself. I mean, like, is this really worth continuing? Like, is this really worth my, like, obviously, the breakup is going to be hard. The ending what you had.
Ending situationships is so hard.
Yeah.
Because you have to also mourn the loss of a person that becomes very close to you. And you also have to mourn the loss, like, the what if.
Yeah, of course. You have to mourn like what could have been.
Yeah.
Which you don't
have to mourn that in a relationship breakup.
I mean, yeah, because like you already kind of knew where things. I mean, you could mourn like what if we were to like spend the rest of our lives together, but like it's not as it's a whole different thing. But yeah, at the end of the day, it's like you have to really tell yourself, like, to have that conversation with yourself. It's like, okay, what point is it worth it for me? It's like, obviously you don't want to be a failure. You don't want to give up without trying hard enough. But
no, like, I will do everything in my power before I give up.
Yeah. But then, is that going to hurt you more?
Oh, it hurts me every time.
Yeah.
Hurts me every time. Like, when me and my ex, I found out he cheated on me January 1st, I went into a downward spiral.
Yeah.
I was drinking all the time. All the time.
Yeah.
Going out every night and getting sloshed.
Yeah.
Just so that I could go home and go to bed.
Yeah.
And not think about it.
Yeah.
Because, like, I had to replace my sheets on my bed. I had to replace my bedding. I had to, like, throw things out. I had to throw clothing out, like, because everything reminded me of him.
Yeah.
And I would just, like, there wasn't a place that I could go that didn't remind me of him.
Yeah.
Because, like, when he would spend time in Nashville with me, because we were long distance.
Yeah.
When he would spend time in Nashville with me, I would show him the good thing.
Yeah.
So I would show him all of, like, my favorite places. The
Yeah.
good thing is that I never brought him here because I knew somewhere in my gut, I was like, this is my safe space.
Yeah.
And I don't want him to ruin it.
Yeah.
So I'm glad I never brought him here.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm glad you didn't too. This should remain your safe space.
Yeah.
But
then I bring other people here, and then now I'm just still traumatized. So it is what it is. But not as traumatized as what he did to me.
True. Yeah.
Because if people don't know, I woke up after New Year's Eve, after him telling me he loved me, and we planned on me moving there. He was texting another girl. And now they're happily dating.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it is what it is. Like, I'm happy that he's happy.
Yeah.
But I'm not happy that it took all of my happiness for him to be happy.
Yeah. And, yeah, you'll never get that time back.
No, I won't. No. But I don't regret it.
Yeah, I mean, you had a good time.
It's what I wanted to do at the time.
Yeah. It was just a phase, Mom.
Well, not even that. It's what I wanted to do at the time and what I felt was necessary for my life at the time. And I don't regret what I did.
Yeah.
I don't regret that the time I dedicated and spent on that man and trying to help him weed through all of those feelings. And I tend to have...
Sorry.
We're having like a serious conversation.
You do it all the time.
That's my problem with all my relationships is I'm sitting over here willing to, like, give my whole being to make someone a better person when no one kind of gives me the same energy back.
Yeah. I mean, that sucks. I mean, because most guys don't really. I mean, some do, but like a lot of guys like are just in it to like, oh yeah, it's like we're just like vibing out. I just want to like make out and fuck. And, like that's like my vibe.
But what if they're not even good at it?
Well then, they need to. I mean,
They're a mess.
They're a mess. They just need to watch some tutorials. They're probably watching too many tutorials.
They're watching too many tutorials.
Too many tutorials.
That's not actually how it is in the real world.
Yeah, not how it is. But yeah, so but I don't know. Like, I mean, there are guys out there that are more empathetic and.
Yeah, they're also just hurt as well, which sucks.
Yeah, but you guys can hurt together, you know.
Yeah, sorry, I flipped the camera, so
That's
probably
okay.
just.
That's all right, whatever. It's like it'll feel like people are watching it in 40x, just like like, whoa.
Like
It's a little adventure.
Like the sphere.
Yes, but yeah, it's like, it's like for me, I would rather be. I mean, not that I'm necessarily in the same position you are, as far as like trying to give it your all to like make something work, which I have kind of in a sense done that, but like I want a relationship and I want to make it work, but I just like I'm not like in your position where I'm just like I'm like just giving it my all just to make someone happy and they're not reciprocating. I haven't had that necessarily, but
I have a hard time letting go.
Yeah, I feel that's fair. Because like, it's like you like when I'm seeing someone, when I'm like, going on dates with someone, or whatever. It's like if I like them, I was like, I want this to keep going. And if like it does suck when like when I get rejected, where it's like, oh, actually like, God, back in the church days, like I was like dead set on finding the church girl, right? I was like going on. I went on like with like 6 girls in a year, and like all of them, same thing. It was like, oh, it's like I think Steve is a friend, and I was like, okay, all right, just like over and over again. So I'm like, so then that's not the reason I left the church. There's lots of other reasons, but yeah, that shit's hard to deal with. But at the end of the day, it's like you have to be willing to take another shot. You have to be willing to be vulnerable again. You have to.
You'd be willing to be hurt again.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, and like, and like it could be cool to like, share that experience with someone who's also hurting. It's not necessarily like you want to seek it out, but like, if you find someone that's like also trying to heal, it's like you can do that together, like that, like you can bond over that. But I would rather have that. I feel like than like, because like I know that person would be like open, honest, vulnerable with me if they've gone through something, if they're going through something. I would probably rather have that than someone who's just like seems like they have everything together, but then they're like they're not all in it with you. They're not willing to, love as deep as you,
Yeah, I don't think anyone is probably gonna ever love and I don't mean this as like a sad thing. I don't think someone is gonna love me as deep as I'm gonna love them, because I'm the lover girl.
Yeah, I mean, you don't know that. There could be someone out there that loves as deep as you, for you,
Yeah.
But you just gotta go through some terrible ones before you get to the goal of the end of the rainbow. Maybe we'll meet a nice Irish man.
Hosier? Am I too sweet for him?
A little leprechaun.
Am I too sweet for him?
Are you too sweet for him? I don't know.
Have you not heard his song?
Oh yeah, I've heard. I've heard his stuff, but I'm not like into him.
I love him so much. He's so hot. Well, he said that song is based on like an Irish saying of like someone is too sweet to be savory. And that's what that song is about, to where he's saying, like, you're too sweet for me because I'm going to hurt you.
Oh.
And it's like, that's why I take my whiskey neat at my bed in 3. Like, those kind of things. Yeah.
So you think you're too sweet for him?
For Hosier? No, never. Never.
I thought you were getting embarrassed for someone you'll never meet, probably.
Stop. Did you watch The Idea of You? It's another fanfic about Harry Styles.
Wait, that's the one with what's your face?
Anne Hathaway.
Yeah, fucking Princess Diaries.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's actually pretty good.
Yeah,
But
is
like,
it actually a fanfic of
yeah,
Harry Styles?
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
He's supposed to be like portray Harry Styles.
That's amazing. Who like made that movie? Some like mega fan?
So the same thing as like. So 50 Shades of Grey was a Twilight fanfic at first.
Okay.
And then became its own series.
That's funny.
The show, or it's not a show, it's like the movie series after
Yeah.
Harry Styles, based on Harry Styles.
funny.
It was a fanfic, became a movie. The Idea of You, based on Harry Styles,
Wow.
became a book, became a movie. Everyone was like,
Damn.
"Oh, how did they get Anne Hathaway in there? She made like $6 million off that movie.
Jeez.
The main guy made like $400K. She made $6 million. That's how they got it. They
Damn.
spent a majority of their budget on
Yeah.
her.
Damn, dude. What's up with this pay gap, right?
No,
It doesn't exist when it's the other way around.
no, because no one else was like a known actor.
But do you think they're gonna make a movie off of Sonic erotic fan fiction?
No, unless you or anyone at Black Dynasty does.
Let's go. We've already made a movie which you haven't seen.
I have not.
I'll send it to you. It's pretty great.
Okay.
My favorite part about the movie is that like we had.
How long is it?
It's like a half an hour.
Okay.
It's like it's I mean it's a short film, which is your favorite probably because you just don't like movies because you have autism or whatever. But I think we got Japanese voice actors to like overdub our voices, but like we just like hired them online or whatever. But like some of the scenes didn't like work well with like how things translated or whatever. Because we didn't plan for how long the scene would be with Japanese. We just shot it, and then we're like, all right, here it is. So some of the scenes just wouldn't work, and so there are some scenes where like it just cuts to like our voices, like our real voices in English. But like the audio is so much different because it's like we have like a little boom mic, but it's like it picks up a lot of like surrounding noise. So it's like you can.
Are the captions in English?
So the captions are in English for when everything is in Japanese with the voice actors, but then when we are talking in English for those scenes, the subtitles are Japanese symbols. Okay. It's pretty great. So I have some speaking parts, and like I played a dumb line cook because I was.
When was this shot?
This was like summer of 22.
Oh, I wasn't around.
Yeah, I can't remember when you. Watch out! I can't remember when you entered the scene.
I don't know.
And the story of our life. But.
Even still recording?
Huh? Yeah, we're still recording. It's just slow. I mean, it doesn't look as fast because it's zoomed out. We're good. See?
Okay.
We can chop that part out, I guess.
I mean, we should probably end it.
Yeah, we can wrap up. I'll finish talking about the movie real quick.
Okay.
But we had so I was on the line at the time as a line cook. So my part was like a doofus line cook. Me and Mac were on the line. Dax and Dune. I think I was Dax. I can't remember what my character name was. But like I had this like whole like voice made out for it. It was like, oh yeah, I'm like a big like henchman kind of voice. And so my Japanese voice actor voice was like, it's like really kind of like a little bit higher pitch, and then like when it cut to me like, oh, caboodle noodle, like it's pretty funny. Like the cuts are pretty harsh. And it's a fun time.
Like our podcast?
Yeah, our podcast is a bunch of harsh cuts. Yeah, I'm gonna have to edit this podcast quite a bit, I feel like.
I don't think so.
Yeah, all right, cool. I mean, I hardly ever want to cut stuff out.
Yeah, I call for the cuts.
Yeah. Which you should do the cuts. You should do the cutting. Okay, I'll do the cuts.
Okay.
See, that's how it works. Right, we can wrap this up. How long have we been going for?
Probably an hour and a half.
Nice.
We started at 7.
Perfect. Well, we had some breaks, but all right. Well, let's end this, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining us on our journey. Episode
The
5.
podcast.
We're halfway through
Our goal.
to our goal, which is once we hit 10, we're going to be famous.
Yeah.
So once we'll get a celebrity on the podcast one of these days.
Yeah. Theo Vaughn.
Yeah. I mean, hey, the sky is the limit. All right. Cheers, guys. Have a good night. I mean, what? We already cheers that. That would be the... Okay, we can do the sword fight. You did have so much fun doing